Hello everyone, now let us see the muscles that move the mandible and assist in mastication and speech. Now the muscles that move the mandible is nothing but lower jawbone. The muscles that move the mandible at the temporomandibular joint, that is TMJ, are known as muscles of mastication or chewing. There are four pairs of muscles that aid in mastication, and out of four pairs of muscles involved in mastication, three are powerful closers of the jaw and account for the strength of the bite. They are the masseter, temporalis and the medial pterygoid. Of these, masseter is the strongest muscle of mastication. Masseter is the strongest muscle of mastication. The medial and lateral pterygoid muscles assist in mastication by moving the mandible from side to side and to help grind the food. Additionally, the lateral pterygoid muscle protrude or protract the mandible. Here you can see this is the parietal bone and this is the temporalis muscle and this is the frontal bone. This is the temporomandibular joint. Here you can see these two are the medial pterygoid. They are deep to mandible. And this one is the orbicularis oris and this is the buccinator muscle. And these two are the lateral pterygoid. This one and this one is the lateral pterygoid muscles and these two are the medial pterygoid muscles. Now coming to the first muscle, that is masseter. Masseter indicates chewer. It origins at maxilla and zygomatic arch and it inserts at an angle and ramus of the mandible. The actions of masseter muscle are it elevates the mandible as in closing the mouth. Masseter muscle helps in closing the mouth. And innervation. Innervation is done by mandibular division of trigeminal nerve. Mandibular division of trigeminal nerve, that is the fifth nerve. The next muscle is temporalis. Origins at temporal bone. Inserts at coronoid process and ramus of the mandible. It elevates and retracts the mandible. Temporalis elevates and retracts the mandible. Innervation is done by mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve. The next muscle is medial pterygoid. Medial means closer to midline. Pterygoid means wing-like. Medial pterygoid, it origins at medial surface of lateral portion of pterygoid process of the sphenoid bone and maxilla. It inserts at angle and ramus of the mandible. Coming to the actions, it elevates and protracts the mandible and moves mandible from side to side. Medial pterygoid muscles move the mandible. They elevate and protract. Move the mandible from side to side. And they are innervated by mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve. And next are lateral pterygoid. Origin at greater wing and lateral surface of the lateral portion of pterygoid process of sphenoid bone. And it inserts at the condyle of mandible, temporomandibular joint. Coming to the actions, it protracts the mandible, depresses the mandible as in opening the mouth and moves the mandible from side to side. It is innervated by mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve, that is the fifth nerve. Now coming to a relationship between the gravity and mandible. The 3 out of 4 muscles of mastication close the mandible and only the lateral pterygoid opens the mouth. Lateral pterygoid muscle opens the mouth. The force of gravity on the mandible offsets this imbalance. When the masseter, temporalis and medial pterygoid muscle relax, the mandible drops. When the masseter, temporalis and medial pterygoid muscles relax, the mandible drops. Now you know why the mouth of many people, particularly the elderly, is open while the person is asleep in a chair. Whenever the masseter, temporalis and medial pterygoid muscles relax, the mandible drops. In contrast, Astronauts in zero gravity must work hard to open their mouth. Now, here are the list of various movements that are aided by the muscles of mastication. They are elevation, depression, retraction, protraction, and side-to-side movements. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for further videos on medical coding and CPC training.